Alright, so we're on the play for round 3. Our opponent has messaged us. Oh, but I am. Yes, you will get to see all your mistakes. Alright, let's get to work. We will keep our hand. Lots of mana dorks, but we'll be able to play Sylvan into a morphed Rattleclaw or double Rattleclaw if that's what we want. Alright, we'll scry. We will keep the dragon on top of our deck, since we already have access to 6 mana sources and Rattleclaw can be our 7th. I just hope that our opponent is not playing mono red. Don't be on mono red. Don't be on mono red. Not. Alright, so that's perfect. That is a land that we want to actually see. This Arbor Colossus is going to do its best Pelucranos impression in the matchup, but other than being a 6/6, its ability is going to be irrelevant unless our opponent is playing like 5-color dragons, but I'm pretty sure they're just obs on. Maybe obs on aggro. Alright, so Thoughtseize is going to come down most likely. No? Warden? Yeah, Warden. So we're against obs on aggro. We're going to morph. Unless we draw a land. If we draw a land, we did not. Let's just get both these into play. Because if we draw a land, then we're just going to be able to cast our Dragonlord Tarka, and if our opponent plays another creature, we can just 2-for-1 them and have some big, meaty beaters in our hand. Or in play. I mean, worst case scenario, we have a Whisperwood next turn, because I don't think our opponent's going to leave up mana. We're definitely just going to take this hit from the Warden, since we don't need a tempo advantage to get Whisperwood into play, I don't think, and I don't think our opponent is going to just say go, and if they do, we'll probably just play the sleeper Arbor Colossus. Now, here comes an Anafenza. And please, untapped land! Untapped land! Ah! Alright. Untapped land would have been great. Alright, well there's... That would have been stuck on top of our library, so I'm glad it's not. Alright, so is this going to be removal on our Whisperwood? Yeah, +1/+1 and fight. Yeah, alright, so we'll sack it just in case. We could have just let it die. Actually, we should have just let it die, because then our opponent couldn't attack. That was kind of stupid. Because now our opponent can attack. That was real dumb. And there's just like no upside. My opponent's like, I hope my stakes don't show up, and I just, you know, throw away 5 life points like it's nothing, and we don't hit. All right, I'm going to flip this up, and we're just going to play Arbor Colossus this turn. And so now we have 7 mana for our Dragonlord. And even if our opponent kills our thing, we drop 7 life points down to 7, and we get to play Dragonlord or Tarka. And then hopefully these coursers can gain us a little bit of life so we're not out of Rhino range while we're killing them with the Dragonlord. But if this doesn't die, then we're in pretty good shape. It looks like it's dead. Yep. Alright, top of the library. Alright, now we're at 7 less life points. We're going to keep that land in hand because we're not going to be doing any blocking anyway. And I want to make sure that we gain as much life as possible this game. Man, if we just drew that land a couple turns ago, that would have been so good. Alright, there goes the Anafenza, or if we just were at 12. Alright, so here's the first Rhino. Alright, so let's play 1 Courser, play 2 Coursers, play our Scry, and then we're going to put that on the bottom. Alright, well that gives us an additional life, but we don't have a really good way to attack our opponent. Maybe we should have left Radiclop in case it spends all his mana to kill this, then we could have triple blocked it. I'm just making mistakes left and right. Not gonna lie, I've been doing a lot of verse videos this week getting prepared for the Invitational, and maybe I'm fried because I am playing this pretty poorly. Yeah, multiple places that I'm just losing life. Alright, so Morph, Den Protector. Den Protector is going to get back a Downfall to kill our Dragon Lord, and we have nothing really to stop that. Alright, we'll play this. That's going to set up our life gain the next turn. Hopefully Whisper Road can get us out of this, since our Dragon Lord's not going to. It's a pretty unique version of Abzan, to be fair. Our opponent has Den Protectors in the main and Wardens and Mana Confluence, so it's just, it probably looks like Abzan aggro with like 1 Den Protector, maybe 2. Alright, so there goes our Dragon Lord. So 3's coming through no matter what with the Den Protector. Our opponent still has so many resources. We're going to get our triple block on. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a 2-drop removal. Looks to be as if our opponent does. Is it Bile Blight? Must be Bile Blight. Nope. Target player sacrifices and put a +1. That's enough. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, so for sideboarding, we're going to bring in the Ugin, the Hornet's Nest. The Dragon Lords aren't that good. I don't mind Xenagos on the play. Can just make a steady stream of blockers. And these Arbor Clusters are terrible. I mean, we can keep like a Dragon Lord, but it doesn't do much. It kills like 1 guy. These Hornet's Nests are going to be better. We're going to want the rest of our team. I guess we do want 1. But we already have Genesis Hydras, Hornets. Oh, yeah, I mean, we can probably trim on Courser. Courser's pretty bad. And just leave this top end. Alright, we'll do that. Our deck's really heavy with big drops, but we have... and maybe if we can race a Dramoka's Command here, we can actually get a lot of Devotion into play. Depending if we hit a land for a 4-drop. Because we can just throw a Genesis Hydra into play, trying to hit something, get our Devotion on. Alright, we really need a land. Or both Dragonlord or Tarkas, that's good. If our Courser dies right now, we're in a lot of trouble. We don't have a Hornet's Nest to hold back anything. We have all of our heavy cards. Alright, so at least our Courser is going to live, and we get 2 cracks at lands. Perfect. Alright, now I think we just get to run away with this game. If our opponent doesn't disrupt our board position next turn, we get to play a Hornet Queen. Even if not, we get to play a Genesis Hydra for 3. Oh, alright. Well, our opponent's not going to be happy with what happens now. I wonder if making a huge Genesis Hydra is better than Hornet Queen. Now that we have that there, it very well might be. Eight, 9. Oh. Just missed the Ugin, but we didn't have enough mana anyway. Alright, so we'll take this Whisperwood, get to manifest a Polukranos, which is great. Attack, be able to Hornet Queen next turn and Monstrous this Polukranos. Red Source, nope. Alright, so, I mean, I don't really know how our opponent deals with this. This is just a, you know, we got really lucky with that Courser turn and didn't get interacted with at all in this game. Like, that's a place where Obstinegro can't be. Unless he has a reset button, you have to interact with this deck every turn. Alright, so we have 9 Devotion, 10 mana. 11 total with this force, so we can kill something. Alright. Can kill off the Siege, force him to chump one of these. Wrath Effect doesn't kill us. Alright, so now but we're back on the draw, which is worse, and our options don't get any better. I think we're going to have to play another Courser even though it dies. I guess it comes down to if you think you're gonna play Obs on aggro more than Mardu Dragons, you should have, you know, a mix between these. But maybe I'm supposed to, because we have plummets, we should cut down on these Arbor Colossus and maybe one more of these fat cards so we can get like 2 roasts in our deck so we're on the draw. But I don't want to play another one of these. I don't even want to play this card. So I don't want to play more red cards. Maybe just 4 Hornet's Nests. But you can fall behind with that card too. I really don't want more big effects. Maybe take a Genesis Hydra out for an Atarka. Just because it's a little bit cheaper and higher impact than a big Genesis Hydra. Alright, let's go with this. Just hope to have a really good draw. That is not a really good draw. That is a terrible draw. I'm good at drawing all our big cards, though. Mulligan. Alright, well, I gotta keep this because we have 4 lands, but we need to draw a lot of good cards in a row. Alright, kept on top, so the draw is gonna curve up pretty well, which is bad for us. Draw Nykthos is the worst card ever, and this is what happens to Devotion sometimes. Your draws are just look like this. Alright, there's a Rakshasha. That's better than Fleecemane. It deals less damage. Man, I got... Oh, man. As you can hear in the background, it's a plane representing the crashing that we're having in the final game of this 8-man. Alright, we need a Hornet's Nest and our opponent not to have an answer to it immediately. And I mean like right now. We have to have it. Have to have it! Alright, we are dead. There's no way we're coming back into this game. I guess we can draw Hornet's Nest this turn. We're going to be taking 7, and if our opponent doesn't have a Rhino and doesn't have an answer, and I don't know what could possibly be in our opponent's hand. This would have been a tough draw to beat anyway if our opponent has a Rhino. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop is almost unbeatable on the play with Obs on aggro. That's all I did at the Pro Tour, and I went 9-1, so... Alright, no creature is good. Oh, but yeah, now we're just dead. I guess we can do that. Hit nothing. Jump block. And Wingmate Rock? Yeah. Dead.